And I think Dundalk could lose this one again. I'm really, really worried about Bohs here, and I think they're going to lose again, to be honest with you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LOI TV. In today's video, we're going to be having a quick look at the fixtures in Game Week 3. A couple of really, really big, important games on this weekend that a lot of teams are starting to get a little bit of pressure and actually need to get a result. But before we jump into it, guys, make sure to drop a like on the video. If it can hit 50 likes, it is greatly appreciated. And while you're there, you may as well subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does mean the world to us as we are on the road to 3K. So yeah, we'll jump straight in with Longford Town playing host to Sligo Rovers. Really interesting game to predict this one. Obviously starting off with the home side, Longford Town. If you had offered Darragh Doyle 4 points from his opening 2 games hosting Derry and travelling to Dundalk Park, he would have barely believed you. So yeah, a fantastic start to the season for them, showing great character to go 2-0 down against a really top side in the league, Bohs, and to come back and get it. Connor Davis with the double, and wow, he looks really good. Obviously he had the spell with Derry and Cork, and it didn't really work out for him. I know he had a few injuries and stuff as well, so I wasn't overly convinced that he was going to be enough for them to keep them up really this season, but that's, my opinion's changed drastically on that. 2-0 down, and to see the composure he has on the ball in the box, like for a team down the bottom, when they get a side of goal when they're 2-0 down, you'd expect them to maybe snatch at their chances a little bit. He's so composed, a little dummy, buries it past Talbot. I'm really impressed with him, and Longford as well. They're so hard working, so energetic, really looking a really good side, and for people that were tipping them to go down, it's gonna be tight. Like, it's obviously it's early days still, but they're looking really good. I do think they will probably stumble across their first defeat this weekend. I'm really impressed by Sligo this season. I think Romeo Parks, I think people may have forgotten slightly how good he was when he was first here. He's an absolute beast, such a good player, and their signings have been fantastic. Great Bolger gives them great balance in midfield. Gary Buckley filling in at the back with John Mahon as well. Obviously Ed McGinty in goal. Like, there's so much strength throughout their side. I think this will be a tight game. I'm going to pip Sligo to nick the 3 points here. I'm going to go with a 1-0 away win. Next up, we have Derry City playing host to Waterford. Two sides with poor starts to the season. Obviously Derry only playing the one game, but they were terrible at Bishopsgate. They were really bad, and Declan Devine, he's had a little bit of time with his players maybe to work on a few things, and yeah, that's a terrible start to the campaign, and a kind of the hangover from last season where they were disappointing brought into this one a little bit, so they'll want to put that right as soon as they can, and I think they will against the Waterford side that I don't rate that highly. They have a couple of good players, and it's going to take Waterford so much time to settle in. There's so many new players coming into the side, and I think they could struggle this year. I predicted it in my league table predictions as well. I think Waterford are going to struggle. I'm going to go with a home win here. Derry to get back to winning ways. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Derry win. Next up is Drogheda United against Finn Harps. This is really hard to predict. Two sides that will be delighted with their starts of the campaign. Drogheda, of course, winning their first game of the season, nicking it late against Waterford, and then they're unfortunate to lose against Pats 2-1 loss, but they have positives they could definitely take from the game. The first goal Pats score was interesting with Darren Markey on the ground. They probably should have kicked it out of play with good sportsmanship and all that, but listen, Drogheda will be really difficult side to beat. I don't think anyone's really expecting them to be in that bottom two. I think everyone thinks they'll be just outside that, which is probably a fair assessment of where they are right now. As for Finn Harps, they're absolutely flying. Wins over Bohs and Dundalk to start the season off, 6 points from 6. Fantastic start to the campaign. They're so well organised, so structured, and Adam Foley's a serious goal scorer. He was good last season as well. He's like he scored some crucial goals last season, and he's just carried that right into this season with 3 goals in 2 games to secure 6 points from 6 for Ollie Horgan's side. I think they'll keep their unbeaten streak going here, but I don't think they'll pick up the 3 points. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and I don't think either side in current form. I think both sides would probably take a point, shake hands on a point and move on. I think they might be happy enough with that. So yeah, I'm going to go Drogheda United 1, Finn Harps 1. Here we go, the 2 massive games. We'll start off at Dalymount Park. I'm really worried about Bohs here, and I think they're going to lose again, to be honest with you. The start of the season has been far from ideal for Keith Long's side. If you had offered them Finn Harps and Longford, they'd be looking to get 6 points from 6 in terms of what their ambitions were coming into this season, and to come out of those 2 games with 1 point, really disappointing. And to throw away the game against Longford after going 2-0 up, that's really concerning. It's really concerning, and Pats will come into this full of confidence off the back. A really good return, 4 points. Drogheda, a tough side to beat, got the 3 points there, and obviously going to Shamrock Rovers and taking a point from Tala as well. Really solid start to the season for St. Pat's. I think there could be a few goals in this one. I think it could be a good game. I'm going to go for 3-2 St. Pat's. I just think it's going to be a bit of a mad game. I think both sides are probably a little bit kind of figuring themselves out just a little bit. I think there could be some goals, and there will be areas of the pitch where both teams can get at each other. I think there could be goals in this one. I'm kind of being optimistic saying that, but I just think that I want to see a few goals in this one, and I think Pats are going to nick it though. I'm going to go with a 3-2 away win. Another team that started the season really poorly is Dundalk. I think Dundalk will lose again as well. Travelling to Shamrock Rovers is going to be a tough game. It's a cracker as well. Rovers obviously only haven't played once this season so far. Obviously the draw with St. Pat's, so they've had some time to get some ideas across as well, and to reflect on that first game. And then obviously for Dundalk, it's been a nightmare. Lucky to get away from Sligo with a point. Sligo had a perfect goal chalked off, wasn't it? So yeah, very, very lucky to get away with a point there, and then to toss away against Finn Harps. I thought when they got back to 1-1 they were going to go on to win the game. It seemed inevitable. In previous years that would be the case, but not this year. They look a little bit out of ideas at times, and they will come good. Dundalk, like, they have your man Cahibo, isn't it, coming in from the MLS, who's going to be an absolute star. Like, he's going to be one of the best players in the league. But I'm concerned about Dundalk. A little bit of lack of creativity in the final third, and a little bit out of ideas. They were lobbing balls into the box. Now Hoban was unfortunate with a header, but yeah, it's looking a bit dodgy at Dundalk, to be honest. Dundalk fans, are you a bit concerned? Let me know down in the comments below. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 Shamrock Rovers win in this one. Obviously you can kind of look back at the President's Cup game and kind of try and draw some conclusions from that, but I don't think there's too much to read into it, to be honest. I think it's going to be probably a tight game regardless. I think Shamrock Rovers will have a little bit too much for Dundalk, and I think they will come out on top in this one. Well, there's my predictions for game week 3 in the Premier Division. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it down below. As I said, 50 likes would be hugely appreciated. If you can subscribe, if you haven't done so already, that would be fantastic as well. We are on the road to 3K, as we say. So yeah, really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay safe, enjoy the games of the weekend, and we'll catch you in a bit.